Hey everybody, welcome to the Riley and Winfrey podcast. This week's topic,
childhood shenanigans.
sit back, grab some snacks, and enjoy the show.
Alright everybody, we are back with episode 8.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the Riley and Winfrey podcast.
Yeah, today we're going to talk about how we used to be when we were younger. Because I know I was weird.
What should we call it?
I don't know, figure it out later.
Childhood shenanigans?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. This is the unnamed episode.
The time I shaved my brows with a razor.
Oh my gosh. The time I was a wasp nest at
What?
Disney World.
What does that mean?
My hair was a wasp nest at Disney World when I was little.
Okay, do you want to start then? Go ahead.
No, you can start with you. Go ahead, please. I thought we were talking about, like, titles still. I didn't know you were jumping into the story. Let's go. Let's do it. Story number 1. When we were little.
Okay.
Winfrey was crazy when she was a little kid.
Yeah,
Crazy, awesome, and swagalicious.
People call me, like, the fashion queen now. Back then, I was not. I didn't care. Like, in elementary school, I wore mismatched, crazy color stuff. I was, like, the complete opposite.
Me in high school?
I wore weird clothes, man. Like, I don't even know.
You still do, but now you look beautiful.
Like I didn't before?
No, you were. I didn't know you before. But
in elementary school, I looked like a kid with braces with blonde hair, and I looked like floral color designs threw up on me. So, basically the complete opposite of how I am.
You look. So what you're telling me is you had like flowy floral, like shirts and blouses.
Yeah.
And like, so you wore grandma clothes when you were little.
Pretty much.
Nice.
Pretty much.
Nice, man.
And I had braces, and
nice.
I like barely ever brushed my hair, so it was always crazy messy.
Yeah. I didn't brush my hair either. I didn't see the reason.
There was one point in elementary school where my parents were so tired of trying to, like, take care of my hair that they just, like, gave me a pixie cut.
Yeah.
I was so upset.
Oh my
I thought I looked like a boy.
Oh.
Yeah. And, in school, I'd always get teased because my ears are pointy.
Your ears are adorable.
Like,
your little elf ears are
especially
adorable.
with the pixie cut, my ears would stick out more, and, like, I don't know, kids would, like, tease me because of my ears.
Aw, I love your ears, though. They're so cute.
Yeah, but I got bullied because of them. In elementary school, I didn't really care what I looked like. I kind of just, like, threw on clothes. But in middle school was more so when I started to care how I looked. So I started to wear makeup in middle school, I'd say. And my makeup routine was literally like, I would smear foundation. Oh my gosh.
Mountain Dew.
My makeup routine as a middle schooler, I did really bad makeup. So I just, like, put on foundation on my face, like, with my hand. Just,
oh
like,
my goodness, with your hand.
Yeah, and then I had, like, 2... Shut up, Sage.
Hi, Sage.
She needs to stop meowing.
She's fine. Keep going.
And I had literally, like, 2 eyeshadow colors that were barely pigmented, so there was no point me putting on eyeshadow. Yeah. And then, what else did I do? Probably mascara. I don't know. I just looked really bad.
Yeah. I bet you looked cute.
No, I didn't know how to do makeup, but I was trying to. There was, gosh, I'm not supposed to say
Just continue on.
So,
if you say it's okay. Don't worry
in
about
middle school, there was this girl that she looked like she got her eyebrows waxed or something because they were like perfect.
it. Yeah.
And she like asked me, Winfrey, why are your eyebrows so bushy? Like, you should have fixed that. And then she like was teasing me because of it. So that day, I went home. I didn't know how to do eyebrows, right?
Oh no.
So I was just a middle schooler. I didn't know how to do my own eyebrows. And I didn't think to myself, oh, I can get them done somewhere. No, I wanted to do them myself, even though I had no idea what I was doing.
Oh, goodness.
So I literally tried to do them with a razor, like for your legs. I ended up shaving off half of my brows. And it just looked ridiculous.
Oh, no.
And I think I, like, cut my face a little bit. It looked terrible. Like, I had half brows. And I genuinely thought it looked good. Like, I thought I did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I genuinely was like, wow, I look great. No, I look at pictures of me back then with the half eyebrows, and that ain't it. That ain't it, sis.
Want to see you have
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to ask my mom or something.
Oh,
If she has.
That'd be cute to see.
Yeah, I wish somebody would have told me that, like, that was bad. Because I kept, every time they'd grow back, I would, like, do the same thing. Because I thought I looked good. I thought I was doing my eyebrows correctly.
Aww.
And then I would try to, like, shape it with the razor. And I tried to shave, like, the middle where, like, a unibrow starts to grow.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's fine, but
it makes it grow back faster.
But you should tweeze it, though, or wax it.
Really?
I mean, I do now.
I shave it.
Oh, goodness.
I guess I'm tweezing now. I got a unibrow.
Oh, man. I did not know how to do eyebrows.
That's okay. That's okay. Now you do. You stunning queen.
Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, so there was this... I used to take the bus in middle school, and the bus was like drama zone, right? Like the bus stop people. Okay?
Oh, no. I know this story.
So... There was this boy I liked at my bus stop. And there was this group of boys that he was in, that was called the Scooter Gang. And basically, they were like the cool guys that every girl had a crush on, and they were cool.
The Scooter Gang.
Instead of like skater boys, they were scooter boys. And they would do, like, tricks on their scooter, and they thought they were so cool. So if you were in with the scooter boys, you were cool. And the guy I liked was in the Scooter Gang. So I barely ever spoke any words to him. I just kind of, like, watched him. And there was one day where I had to walk home because my mom forgot me, because sometimes she would forget me at the bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
Past trauma of my parents forgetting to pick me up from school. But I had to walk home, and the way to my house was also in the direction of his house. So I literally followed him to his house, but I made it seem like I was just walking home. I followed this boy. I purposely walked behind him so I could just watch him. And I don't know if he noticed or if he just thought I was walking home. He probably thought I was weird.
Maybe he did notice, but he was like, oh yeah, I'm getting all the girls watching me. I'm so cool, I'm in the Scooter Gang.
He looked like Carson Looters.
Oh my gosh.
With, like, platinum blonde hair.
Imagine dudes just chilling.
He was like Carson Looters looking.
Or he's listening now. Hey, Scooter Gang kid. I took the woman that liked you.
He basically looked like Carson Luter's platinum blonde hair, was in a scooter gang.
And you followed him
I
home?
followed him home. I wanted to watch him walk home.
Oh.
That was weird.
My gosh. That is weird.
He was like a shy boy, and I was also shy, so we just never talked. Ever.
Oh my gosh. No one
It's funny because I liked him, and then the second guy I liked was like the most popular guy in school. And the only reason I liked him was because he was popular. Like, that was my reasoning.
Well, you were also in elementary school. You didn't know.
No, middle school.
Middle school. I mean, you didn't know, like, what love even
No, of course I
meant.
didn't.
So, like, the two guys that you liked was the popular guy and the cool scooter gang guy that happened to be going towards
But he
your
was
house.
like the shy.
But he was
guy.
the shy, sensitive one.
The shy,
and
sensitive one. And
you
then I
happened to
liked
be
the
walking behind him.
I liked the shy, sensitive one, and then I liked the popular jock guy.
I'm glad you were too shy to say anything when you were little, because here I am.
That wouldn't have lasted anyway.
Yeah. They don't get you.
Oh my goodness.
I get you.
Alrighty then. Don't get jealous over middle school crushes.
This isn't jealousy. I'm talking about.
I don't know what else. I was basically friends with all the weird, quiet kids that nobody talked to.
Me
'Cause
too.
that was me.
I was too, actually. Yeah.
Weird, quiet kids that nobody talked to.
I was friends with everybody. I wasn't really. Goodness. I wasn't really in a, like, friend group or, like, a set group. I was just friends with everybody. I mean, there are people I hung out with more, so.
It was funny, like, in elementary school, I had two best friends. Like, we were a clique. Elementary school me was, like, cliquey.
Mm-hmm.
Middle school me was weird and an outcast. I would eat in the bathroom, eat lunch in the bathroom, like, hide from everyone. Crazy, just...
Crackhead minus the crack.
Yeah, I was, like, the weird kid that nobody talked to. And then high school was cool. I hung out with all the stoner kids. Like, cool skater emo chick.
Yeah.
Just kidding, I wasn't a skater. But I hung out with the skaters.
Because emo.
I finally got to be with the scooter gang.
After all this time!
But I would say high school was my most toxic friend group era.
That's usually when it is, because you're all old enough now to, like, you're older in high school, like 14 to 18, you're more, aware of all that stuff.
I was definitely cooler in high school than middle school. Middle school me was just a nerdy, quiet girl. And then high school me was cool, stoner chick.
Your two sides.
Well, I'm not a stoner anymore. I don't do that. I don't do the weed.
You don't do the weed?
No.
The only weeds I do are on our front lawn. That's a dad joke. That should be a shirt. The only weeds I do are on my front lawn.
Yeah, babe.
Anyway. Sorry.
It's okay.
Thinking about being a dad. Moving on. Continue.
What else?
Sorry.
It's okay. I just don't know what to say. We didn't prep anything.
I'll do a story.
Okay.
My turn.
Riley's turn for story.
Yay! So, I was born. No, I'm just kidding. So one time when I was 7, I was at Disney World with my family, and my glasses would never stay on my head, and maybe I was like 10 actually, 7 or 10, one of those two. Very specific, I know. I had a back to my glasses, like I had the string that connects them to your face, right? So I had that
Babe,
thing
don't
on.
yawn.
I can't help it.
But, like,
I had that thing on, and a wasp landed on it. And at the time, I had really long hair because I liked long hair. And it was like cleaning its wings, I'm told, because obviously I couldn't see behind my head, but it was like cleaning its wings and like making a nest. It was like, and I felt it like pulling hair out of my head. So I like, it was like a strange, itchy, like hair pulley feeling. So I put my hand.
don't
back
say
behind my
like
head.
so much.
Am I saying like?
Yeah.
Like, dang it.
I know it's hard. I do it too, but like try not to.
Yeah. And my dad said, "Don't put your hand behind your head," and that like made me want to do it more. So I put my hand back behind my head, on top of the wasp. Can confirm, wasps are fuzzy. They're very
Fuzzy.
fuzzy. I still remember how it felt in my hand. It's very fuzzy, and the wings are like soapy.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weird feeling, like a plasticky, soapy feeling.
Can this pick you up if you're lying down?
Yeah, I can see the meter on the screen.
What do you mean by soapy?
Like a plasticky, soapy feeling. Do you know what that crinkling is in baby toys? Like when in some baby toys, when you like in the stuffed animals, it's a. I know I'm fine. The crinkling noise.
Yes.
It feels like that.
Okay.
It's very similar to that, and very fuzzy, and it was. Well, I mean, I was a little kid, but it like filled up my hand. It filled up my hand when I was little. So after that, even just the sound of buzzing, like made my skin crawl.
I have a weird story with bees.
Bees?
Yeah.
Ooh, I have one too, but you first. Go ahead.
So my family and I, we used to travel a lot, and we would always go sailing on our trips.
Mm-hmm.
This time, I think we were in, oh goodness, like Greece or something.
Yeah, sailboating in Greece.
I think Greece. It could have been somewhere else. I don't remember. But we were at we docked at this area where there was just a ton of bees around. I think it was, I don't know exactly what kind of bee, but I don't think they were dangerous bees.
Mm-hmm.
But they were very attracted to certain foods, like sugar and cheese. They really wanted cheese. So
Did somebody have
whenever
cheese in
we
their
grated
pocket?
cheese, they would swarm around. I don't think they were dangerous bees though. Like it wasn't
Venomous?
I don't know if they even stung.
Mm. Okay.
I don't know what kind of bees they were. But it still, as a kid, freaked me out. Because these bees were just swarming around us.
Yeah.
And it was scary. And
Very scary.
there was this one point where they just started chasing me and my sister. And we ran into one of the rooms, and I just have this vivid memory of bees squeezing through a door.
Squeezing
Through the cracks of the door.
Like underneath the door?
Just
Like underneath?
underneath and then through. The way a boat
slit?
is different. Like a boat door has like, it's not like a door in a house.
I see.
So I don't know. I don't really remember everything that happened, but I just remember in my mind an image of bees squeezing through the door and us just waiting there in a panic.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what happened.
That's scary.
I think we crawled through the window and then jumped in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened to us. It freaked me out as a kid because there's a bunch of flying bugs coming at you.
get stung?
Well, I don't think they stung. It was like bees that don't sting.
Oh, they were just like swarming you?
I don't know what kind of bees they are.
Bees that don't sting in Greece.
They weren't dangerous. Sugar bag bee.
Well, that's probably what it was since they were attracted to sugar.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It wasn't like dangerous bees, but it still freaked me out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, stingless bees.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But
I didn't like it, man, because I think they were chasing us because we had food.
Yeah, probably.
And they wanted to get to us, and I didn't like it because they wanted to, like, crawl all over you and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And
it freaked me out. I didn't like it. Even if they didn't sting me, it still, like, freaked me out.
I had, one time I was outside of my grandparents' house, and this bee stung me in the chest. Like, right here. Around where my heart was. And then, as soon as it, like, left, it, like buzzed around me, buzzed around the yard. It came back and it stung me again. And I had two little, it looked like a snake bite.
But bees can't sting you twice.
Yeah, so now that I'm thinking about it, it was probably a wasp. Because wasp stingers don't always stick.
Mm.
Technically, bees stingers, they can keep, if they keep their stingers, they can sting again. So I must have just angered one or accidentally stepped on one when I was playing in the yard. I didn't have a shirt on at the time. And that was when I found out that those stings can be, like, fixed / helped by rubbing mud on them. So my chest was, like, covered in mud. My dad had turned on the hose and on a pile of dirt and just made some mud. Slathered it on my chest. Because the properties in the dirt naturally bring the stinger out. You don't have to, like, claw around in there. Because you got to get that out because it's actively pumping venom. So, you just pluck it out. But the mud does that, is what I meant. The mud plucks it out for you. So, yeah. Then there was that. I was, like, 6. I was young.
Speaking of, like, getting stung, there was this time I was in the Virgin Islands and I got stung by a jellyfish. And I remember that just being traumatizing for me because I didn't know what was going on. I was a little kid.
Having to pee on it?
No, so my dad, like, carried me on his back and we had to rush to, I think we went to, like, some clinic or something.
No, clinic.
I don't remember what
Well, they
happened.
can give you antibiotics, right? But if you pee
They
on
must
it,
have done that.
if you pee on it, the urine, it doesn't fix it, but it takes the sting away, so you don't feel pain.
No, he didn't pee on it. I don't really remember what happened other than just getting stung and being carried on my dad's back.
Yeah.
I was so young. But I remember that being traumatizing. Because I didn't know what was going on.
Do you remember how young you were?
I think around 6 or so.
Nice.
What do you mean nice?
Do you remember memories from that young? I've talked to a lot of people about similar circumstances, like earliest memories.
Mm-hmm.
And not a lot of people remember earlier than 13, 14.
Really? I do.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Because I have such crazy experiences, I feel like. Like, there was one time... I feel like a lot of my crazy experiences was when we were traveling, because I traveled a lot when I was little, and one time I almost drowned because we were in the water. I don't remember where we were. I just know we were in a boat, because we would always sail. And I was in the water, and I ended up getting stuck under the dinghy.
No, that's not good.
And since I was little, I didn't know how to swim out from under it. And I ended up, like, breathing in water. And I felt like I was going to drown. I was a little kid. But, I think either my grandpa or my dad got me out. And then made me cough up the water. I was fine. I just was coughing a lot. And
So you
scared.
were still conscious the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay, then it wasn't that bad. Because if you do too much
yes,
at
it
all...
may not have been that bad, but it was still, like,
Well, no,
scary.
yeah, it was bad and scary. It just wasn't, like... I meant that bad to my mind, because in my mind you were, like, unconscious and
No, I
not
wasn't
breathing.
unconscious. I felt like it could have gotten to that if I
Yeah.
had been under there any longer.
Oh, yeah. But I'm glad it wasn't, like, worst case scenario, but that's still not good.
No, but it was definitely very scary.
Yeah. I'm sure, especially to a little
I'm
kid.
sure now if that happened to me, I would just be able to swim out from under that. But since I was little, I didn't know what was going on. So I didn't know how to get out from under the dinghy. Dinghies are tiny little boats. They're easy to swim underneath.
Well, now.
But I was confused. I was like, why am I stuck under this? And I think I just panicked.
Why were you stuck?
Well, we were floating around in the water and I had my snorkel on. I was just like looking down, not paying attention. Next thing I know, I'm underneath the dinghy and it freaked me out because I wasn't expecting that.
It was more of a, like, panic.
Yes, because I wasn't expecting to be underneath the dinghy
Right,
randomly.
okay.
Because
That
we
makes
were
sense.
just like floating around in the water and I wasn't paying attention.
That makes sense.
And, another crazy experience traveling was when we were in Czech Republic and we were staying at an Airbnb.
Hmm.
There was a car there and the person that had the Airbnb off said we could use it, but he warned us it breaks down a lot. We were like, oh, it'll be fine. We'll just take it out. Because we didn't have any other mode of transportation. We would have to like rent a car or something, which we didn't want to do. So we just ended up taking the car. It broke down and my dad pulled to the side. My dad pulled over to the side of the road and he didn't realize that the side of the road was like a ditch, basically. Like it was far down. And he tried to like veer to the side and the car almost like tipped over. Like it almost flipped over. It was really scary. That could have been bad.
There were several, like, near-death incidents. That
I know.
As a kid, I'm glad you're not. I'm glad you're here with me.
My family is a little, like, careless, honestly. But we ended up calling a tow truck. I just feel like... I don't know. Like, we shouldn't have taken that car out. I don't know why we did that. It's kind of dumb.
Well, it's probably the mindset of, since it hasn't happened to me yet, it probably isn't that way, and then it happens to you, and you're like, oh, shoot, maybe we should have paid attention to that.
Yeah. Like, traveling as a kid was definitely fun, but there were times where it was stressful, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Sure, being a kid was stressful sometimes, man. I'll do a story. So, as I mentioned before, I like long hair. Well, I liked long hair back when I was a kid. And this one time I had really long hair, like shoulder length hair, when I was much, much younger. And at church, because of course that's where I was bullied, at church...
That's ironic.
I know, right? At church, I was called Rylena, which is funny because Riley is both a guy's and a girl's name. But since I was a guy named Riley, they called me Rylena. And
Rylena.
And I used to sit with the girls because the guys, oh my goodness, when I was like 10, 12, you know, right around in that age, and elementary middle school, right around that age, the guys my age were extremely crazy, man. I was not like that. I was more soft-spoken and more in touch with my emotions.
Yeah.
I was not really a rowdy, let's hit stuff for fun type of guy as a kid. And
oh my gosh, that reminds me. it was like in middle school, most of the guys there were creepy and very rowdy. So I was basically scared of all of the guys. I was like scared of boys.
Yeah.
Because they intimidated me. They were almost like predators. I felt like they would like kick my seat and pull my hair and just almost like try to intimidate me. Like there was this one guy that came in at me like and acted like he was gonna punch me just to like freak me out. I don't know. That was a sketch school. It was in a weird area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did you go to it?
Because my family took me there. I didn't really have a say.
Well, you could have. Do you feel like if you had told them what was going on?
I did. They didn't think it was that big of a deal. There were times. There was a time where I wouldn't go to school and I would get in trouble for it. Like my dad would yell at me and stuff. And pretty much every morning I would throw up because I would get extreme anxiety to go to school. And I would throw up like every morning because I would be so nervous. I didn't want to face these weird guys.
Yeah.
There was one time where my mom was driving me and we were almost at school and she had to pull over the side of the road because I needed to throw up. I was like throwing up every single morning. And my parents just thought I was being dramatic. I wasn't.
Doesn't sound like you were.
No. It's because I was being intimidated and messed with. Yeah.
In high school?
Middle school.
Middle school?
High school, my friends were toxic, but I wasn't bullied. It was more of
just toxic
friends. Yeah.
I feel like I had a mixture of both all throughout my childhood. Like toxic and bullied.
Same.
And it was all at church for me. Which is kind of like hilarious.
It's ironic.
Like, it's super ironic, but it was a messed up church. So, like, oh yeah, so I was called Rylena, and since I sat with the girls, since, you know, the girls weren't rowdy, it was the girls sit on this side, the boys sit on this side, and then Riley sits with the girls. And that would be, like, what the kids would say. In Sunday school, they would have the girls sit on one end of the table, and the guys sit on the other, because boys and girls are not allowed to sit next to each other. Except for the boy and the girl that, like, separates each side. So all the girls would be on this side, all the boys on this side, and then there'd be that divider right there, where one girl and one boy would sit next to each other. And that one boy was always me, because none of the other guys wanted to sit next to the girls, and none of the girls wanted to sit next to guys, but they were okay with me because I wasn't rowdy.
It was like that age where the girls and boys wanted to be separate.
Yeah. Yeah, when, like, younger.
Simpler times, but also not.
Like cooties times. It was like that.
So, I don't know if we mentioned, but Riley was homeschooled, so his experiences are a lot different than mine.
Oh yeah, our experiences are almost...
Our experiences of being younger.
Almost, like, opposite experiences when we were younger.
Yeah.
I was homeschooled.
I was not. I went to public
I did.
school,
So there was this one
rough.
time I went to this kind of public school experience, in quotes, for my 7th grade year. And there was this girl that I liked there. And I really
you wrote
liked
diary
her.
entries about it, didn't you?
Oh my gosh.
He had a diary.
It was a journal.
It was
Okay.
It was a diary.
It's not a diary.
journal?
It
Oh
was
my
a
gosh.
journal. That's the guy version of a diary.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, there was this girl that I really liked, and she denied my follow request on Instagram.
And at that time?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I just wanted to see your reaction. I said I tried to follow my old crush.
Oh.
No, so, I really liked this girl, and her mom ran the history class. So I was always trying to impress her in history class. I was always the first one in there. I was like, I did all my homework.
Oh my gosh, that age of all the boys, like, trying to impress the girl.
Yeah. And actually, she was a popular girl. And all the boys liked her.
Probably because she was popular. Like, that was the reason.
She was like, my mom's a history teacher. And I really liked her. And this one time, we were out playing. We were just hitting a playground ball around in a circle. Kind of like the way you do with a volleyball, where you just keep passing it to the next person to see how many times we could hit it. And the volleyball got, like, smashed across the parking lot. And she called my name and she said, hey, Riley, can you go get that for me, please? And so I think I said this a little bit out of order. So while we were hitting this ball around, this one kid, for sake of keeping his name private, Brian, his name isn't Brian, but so this kid Brian says, oh yeah, man. And then for keeping this girl's name, let's just say her name is Sarah. So Brian's like, oh yeah, man, I like Sarah. I'm gonna make her my girlfriend and we're gonna make out so much. And she's in the circle, by the way. This is in front of her. I just want to point that out. This is like 7th grade.
Oh my gosh.
12-year-old shenanigans right now. And he's like, oh yeah, man, we're gonna make out so much and she's gonna be my girlfriend. And I was hurt by that. Because I was like, oh man, I like Sarah. What you doing, man?
Did you say that out loud?
No.
Oh.
But it was right after that the ball got smashed across the parking lot. And Sarah was like, hey, Riley, can you go get that for me, please? And I felt, like, really hurt. So I did, like, a little pouty, no. And I turned and walked across the parking lot. And I was like, yeah, that'll show him.
Them.
And later, we go inside, and I'm like, no, I'm going to put this to the very end. And I grabbed a chair, and I put it in a corner, away from everybody else, and I sat in that chair. And everyone's like, come on, Riley, you can join us. And I'm like, nope.
You wanted to prove a point.
I wanted to prove a point. And you know what? After that day, I stopped liking her.
How come?
She never talked to me again. Yeah. We only met once a week, so this isn't like I saw her every day. I saw her once a week for like 20 days. Like 20 weeks during school. So I didn't really, and I didn't see her outside of it either. I only saw her 20 days. And there was this other girl, while I'm on this topic, there's this other girl while we were there that bullied me and told me, you're too nice. you're too much of a goody two-shoes. And later,
that's what people would say to me.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
Later on, I found out she actually liked me, and she confessed to me, on Valentine's Day. And she put, Riley, I really like you, on the Valentine's Day card. I didn't know what to do with this information. So instead of being like, I like you too, because she was actually kind of cute.
Valentine's Day, like, during that time.
I ignored it.
Valentine's Day during that time was like, ooh, who's going to leave me a note in my box?
I know. We didn't have lockers, actually, back then, because we did this co-op thing.
We had Valentine's boxes, so people would go around and leave you stuff, and like put in candy and notes and stuff. So Valentine's Day was like that day of, ooh, I wonder who.
What's in my box?
What's in my box?
Oh, you mean like a box at the front of the classroom?
No, everyone would bring in their own Valentine box that they made.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And then,
so
like,
fun.
there would be, like, a time where, okay, class, like, get up and give your Valentines out, and you just, like, go to everyone's desk and put stuff in the box. That sounds cool. That sounds
It
like
was
some
fun.
Charlie Brown stuff.
I really liked it. It was fun because you could make your own box too.
Yeah, that sounds
It
fun.
just had to have like a little slot in it so people could put in
Yeah, of course.
candy and notes and stuff.
Yeah.
That was such a fun day. It was a day of just getting a bunch of candy.
Yeah.
And notes and it's great.
That's awesome, man. Oh my goodness, what else happened? So, there was this one army kid, I say in quotes, because he wasn't actually in the army, 12 and all.
He just said that?
No, he dressed like he was. He liked army pants and pockets and stuff.
Did everyone think he was from the army?
No, he was 12. We were all 12. But the dude...
I know, but when you're 12, you'll believe stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, the dude had freaking amazing taste in backpacks. Because his backpack had so many pockets. I love my pockets. So many pockets this kid had. The backpack was bigger than his torso. Like, it was bigger than him. And so many pockets. I loved it. And he had this really cool, like, Swiss Army knife. And then there's this other kid who I drew pictures of. Yeah, I was weird. So this one kid, we're going to call him Carl. I drew a lot of pictures of Carl. I still have them.
That reminds me of something. So in high school, I was in band, and there was this one weird kid that randomly drew me, and he just one day randomly gave me a picture and was like, "Hey, I drew you." It really creeped me out, honestly. He was like an Asian, like, tuba player.
I did not
Or no,
draw.
maybe it was a trumpet. I don't know. He played some kind of blowhorn.
He liked to blow. So I did not draw Carl just for, crazy. This is where I got my love for fedoras, by the way.
Oh.
Carl had the most amazing fedoras, but not just any fedoras. There was a little feather in each fedora. Like a Captain Hook feather in his fedora.
You're like, man, that's stylish.
Yeah! I was like, he's so stylish!
There was a point where I liked fedoras.
Yeah?
Too.
Did you wear them?
Not anymore. Yeah, I did used to like them.
I still like them.
I had like a hipster phase.
Yeah.
That didn't last very long. I was like, this ain't me.
This ain't it.
I'm emo.
I'm emo. I'm emo. It's not a phase, Mom.
Alright, keep going. Fedoras?
So yeah, fedoras. I drew this kid, by the way, like, not once, not twice. I have probably 30 drawings of him, all on different types of paper.
Did he know you were drawing him?
Oh, yeah, I showed him every single one.
Was he weirded out?
No, I don't remember how he was at first, but I remember him liking them. He said, "You're a really good drawer, man." I was not a good drawer.
Creepy?
No. I just drew him during class because...
Why him? Did you have a crush?
No. No. I just thought he was so stylish. He was the kid I wanted to be.
Yeah?
He was like... He wasn't even popular. But the dude had style.
Yeah.
He had style. That's where I got my love of fedoras from. He's amazing. I still have all those pictures. Not because I'm creepy, but because that was still some of the best art that I've ever done. I don't like getting rid of good art.
It's so funny that you just, like, drew this guy.
Anyway.
But,
what else we got?
Well, speaking of funny crushes, there was this kid in elementary school, and he moved down from Michigan.
Michigan.
And I'm not going to say his name, because...
Mm-hmm.
So,
let's say his name is Fitzgerald.
I liked Fitzgerald in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
let's just say that's his name.
Yeah.
And do you want to know the reason I liked him? Because because he was from Michigan.
Because he was a Michigan
he
Fitzgerald.
was exotic. That was my version. That was...
You went traveling around the world.
That was the elementary school version of an exotic person.
Oh, no.
From Michigan.
No.
And every time it was cold, he would come to school in shorts. And everyone would be like, aren't you cold? And he wasn't cold, and I thought that was so interesting.
And you thought that, oh man, he's so cool. He's
so
not
cool.
cold.
He doesn't get cold because he's from Michigan.
Oh, sweet.
He was the most popular guy, too. So I
because
literally...
he wore shorts in the cold weather.
So the reason I liked him, he's from Michigan, and he's popular, and everyone liked him. Those were my reasons.
This was the other boy that you liked, the popular boy? So he was popular
No,
because
this
he
was
wore
someone
shorts.
else. This was in elementary school.
Another guy.
I liked a lot of boys.
I liked a lot of girls.
It was just that phase of, like, confusion. And not knowing who to like.
There was this one girl.
I felt like I had to like someone all the time, too.
Yeah.
Like, I had to have a crush. Because people would ask me, who's your crush?
Who's your crush? You have a crush, right? And then you look around, that one. That was my crush.
You have a crush, right?
What's his
And then,
name?
oh my gosh, there's always be that one girl who's like, who's your crush? Tell me. I promise I won't tell anyone.
And
then you tell her, and then she goes and tells them. Like, come on. Oh, man.
I was friends with the popular girl, like, at church when I was younger. And she had boyfriends.
Boyfriends,
And-
plural.
Yeah. And so, like, I would get to know, like, all the guys, of course, because they wanted to, like, go through me to get to her. Like, I'm gonna get the end. But every single guy wanted to get the end because they thought they were being original, but in reality, every single guy went through me. So I got to know every guy, but barely any girls because none of the girls liked me. Oh my goodness, when I was younger, there was this one girl, Brittany. We're going to call her Brittany. Oh man, coming up with names is fun. Brittany called me hot. No, you don't understand. Brittany called me hot behind my back to somebody else. Now this somebody else came and told me that Brittany called me hot. So I immediately was like, oh, actually, I have feelings for this girl. Well, I didn't, but she called me hot, so.
So you have to.
So in my mind, of course, like I'm like 14.
That's literally how it was, though.
I was like 14, 15. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not. I've always liked her. I'm not, definitely, not really. But like, you know, she called me hot. So I spend, on a Saturday night before church, I spend 4 hours, 4 hours in my closet writing a love letter to this
I thought you were
girl.
going to say, like, getting ready for church.
No. No, writing a love letter to this girl. I get to church. And I've got this love letter already pouring out my heart and my soul. 4 hours, because I kept erasing it and rewriting it. I don't remember what it says. I can't tell you what it says.
I don't think I ever wrote a love letter.
Yeah?
No.
Did you ever get one?
I don't
Love
think
note.
so. I might have, I just don't remember.
It wasn't important because you're married to me.
I don't remember if I did.
Yeah.
I might have, I don't remember.
So, like, I wrote this love letter, and I was gonna ask this girl face to face, like, do you think I'm hot? Did you call me hot? Is this true? Before I actually give her the love letter, just to, you know, check. So I like, touch her arm right before because we got there late, and I'm like,
So dumb.
hey, I want to talk to you after church alone. And that news spread like wildfire. Okay, wildfire. This girl had 3 brothers. Okay? One of the brothers wasn't at church. One of the brothers was sitting, like, on the other side. But I was kind of good friends with this other brother, her third brother, and they were twins. This girl and they were twins. And he's like, so I heard you like my sister. And I'm like, where'd you hear that from? You're going to talk to her after. You're going to confess your love, aren't you? And then this other person comes over.
Church drama.
And they guessed that I had a love letter. I didn't even say anything. Like, I bet you wrote her a love letter. And mind you, this is happening while the pastor's preaching. I just want to throw that out there. The pastor's preaching. We're passing notes.
In the background, he's talking about Jesus, and y'all are just having drama.
Oh yeah, drama's going on all over the place. This is all happening.
Did you guys even pay attention to this?
No, not when we were younger. Passing notes was how we passed time. This is off topic, but a little side note. One of my childhood best friends and we would like give each other math equations during church, and we'd pass the time by solving math.
Why?
Because that was more fun than what was happening. So the pastor of this church didn't really preach to younger audiences.
Younger folk.
So, us being 14, 16, we did not understand anything that was happening. Mm-hmm. So we just tried to get past it and get to lunch, because lunch was where we could all hang out and have fun.
Oh my goodness, lunchtime as a kid.
Oh my gosh.
Was basically like the same thing as recess.
Oh yeah.
It was the socializing and I want to see all of your snacks and food.
Who has the best snacks?
Did you ever trade lunchbox items with people?
That's homeschooled.
Huh?
That's homeschooled.
Oh my gosh, I used to do that.
So anyway, this girl, I go up to her after service, and I'm like, hey, so, did you call me hot? And at this point,
I love how you wrote her a love letter because she called you hot.
Behind my back.
Not even to my face. Not even that she loves you just because you're hot.
Yeah. So I'm so desperate for love, man. So oh
goodness.
So I've got this one friend like shooing everyone away, because at this point everyone wants to know what happens. They're all looking at me. I didn't find this out till later, but there were like 3 girls that had crushes on me, and they were all like staring daggers into this girl's head. And we were like
popular,
14.
huh?
I apparently was. Anyway, this girl, okay, so I asked her, she said I was hot, and she like blushed, and I'm not telling. And so I asked her again, but seriously though, did you say it hot? She's like, no.
Whoa.
Like, well, okay, that's all I wanted to know. And I was like heartbroken. I was like, wow. So I go in the bathroom.
She probably was lying though.
I run into the bathroom, tear up the love letter as fast as I possibly can, throw it into the bathroom trash.
This is like something from Die a Wimpy Kid.
I know. And just as I'm throwing it away, her brother walks in. Bro, I heard she declined you. I'm like, yeah, bro, she did. He's like, it's alright. And we like hugged it out. He's like, was that a love letter? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, that's sweet. So actually, yeah.
How long?
He likes me.
How long was that love letter? Because you read it before.
It was like 2 pages.
Oh.
It was like 2 pages.
That's crazy.
But when I was younger, I mean, I double spaced. So it wasn't single spaced. It was double spaced. But still, like, yeah. Anyway, do you got anything more? Any more stories to wrap up?
Not at the top of my head. I'm trying to think. I don't know.
I mean, we had some crazy childhood.
I'm sure there's other stuff, I just can't think
Oh,
of.
yeah, just not off the top of our heads. We had crazy childhoods. We were crazy children. We were crazy childs.
Oh, yeah.
But we are not crazy anymore. Well, we're still a little crazy. We're married crazy in love.
Just not little kid crazy.
Well, we're not little kid anymore. Yeah. No, that's...
I just feel like those years were simpler times, but also dramatic. Like, extremely dramatic.
Extremely.
There was always
extremely
some kind of drama going on.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
if you were in public school or, like, with you at that church.
Public school
And the
that
church
church
was the same.
But yeah, basically. So anyway, that's that.
That's that.
That's that. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Woo podcast.
This is a little random and sporadic.
Random
but just
and sporadic.
random stories of times as a kid.
To pass the day for you all.
This isn't a Christian-themed episode, but we thought we'd just do something fun. Just talk this time.
Yeah, just talk about childhood memories that are
Yeah.
crazy and zany. I think the most crazy ones were like the crush ones.
I know, because they were the funniest.
As the last one, there was this one girl who thought I had a crush on her because she was told I did when I didn't. And she told me exactly why she would never date me or be with me ever in my entire life in front of 100 random strangers. And she was like screaming at me. And this was at Disney as well, by the way. This wasn't just, at church. This was at Disney's water park.
Jeez.
And there was a ton of people around
And
us.
she was just yelling at
Yeah.
you?
And to this day, I
Why
am
was that necessary?
95% certain that she stole my underwear. Because when we were going into the bathroom to change...
Maybe
and
she secretly liked you, but didn't.
No, she probably did. Well, she was into...
Why would she steal your underwear if
She was
didn't
into a
like
lot
you?
of sex. And
Oh.
I was not.
How old was she? Or
16.
Oh, okay.
At the time, she was dating someone that was not 16 and having sex. And one of her main reasons was, you're never going to have sex with me, so I don't want to be with you. Alright, fine with me!
She was yelling that out.
Yeah, so.
Aww,
Yeah, that was
you
some
were
crazy-
waiting for marriage.
I figured
Yes, you
if someone
were.
really wanted to be with me, then I'll give them sex. Yeah, because I wanted to wait for you. Yeah. But yeah, so that was crazy. But I let her use my backpack to store her like sunglasses and stuff in, because I was nice and we were friends. I actually let a couple people do that, but I still had my underwear when it was just her stuff in my backpack, and I go to change after she took her stuff out. And boy, I had to go commando, and I was praying the whole time, please do not pants me, guys, because
You didn't have any underwear.
I had no underwear on. You were going to see that pickle, and you would not be tickled. We're going to head out. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good day if my mouth's away.
Or night, whatever time
Or
it
night.
is.
Have a good more night. See
That
you guys.
was
Have
a
a
really bad joke.
see you guys. Have a good more eve night, and we will see you in the next one.
Babe, you make terrible jokes sometimes. Terrible. Just so bad.
More eve night, babe. More eve night.
Ha ha ha.
That's not a joke. That's real. I've said that for years, like on Discord and stuff. More night. Have a
You're
great morning.
funny, babe.
I've been told it's a great way to say that.
Alright, let's end this.
Have a great more eve night, my friends, my fellow listeners, and have a great day.
That's a little dramatic right there. But